Hey, how we doing, everybody? It's J-Man Espresso, or Jeff, back with another video for you. And today we got something a little different. Today we're not going to focus so much on the gameplay. Today we're actually going to focus more on what today actually is. The gameplay is just a game I've had saved for a little while. It's a game on Isla Inocentes. And aside from not focusing on the gameplay, as you're watching this through the video, this is a good example of why even on Isla Inocentes, no matter how much vehicle cover you have, you still have to rush in and arm the objective. So anyway, I just thought it'd be a good reason to use today. I've been waiting to use it for something. So as you guys know, and maybe if some of you actually don't know, today is September 11th, 2011, and that's 10 years after 9/11. 10 years. Now, I don't know about you guys, but it sure as hell doesn't feel like 10 years to me. You know, it feels like it just happened, you know. And even though so much time has gone by, you still really can't ever forget exactly what happened on that day and exactly how you all felt on that day and how you felt yourself on that day. So I wanted to do a video just to talk about it a little bit and maybe you know, give some remembrance as to, you know, what actually happened on that one terrible day in history there. So real quick, I was actually, let me think real quick. I think I was in 8th grade when it happened. And we were in school, and we were in like first period or second period class, and you know, I went to a small little Catholic school, and we didn't really have, like, you know, periods like you have in public school, like first period, second period. The teachers just really told us when class was over, and then we went to the next class, opened the next book. But it was sometime early in the morning, and we were doing I think we were doing English. And we're in the classroom, you know, teacher's doing the lesson just like normal, and out of nowhere, our science teacher just blows up into the room, just bursts into the room, and she's like, "One of the Twin Towers has been hit by an airplane." Now, I'm in 8th grade, you know, we're, what, 11 years old? I think I was probably, couldn't have been more than 12 years old. And a couple kids in the class or like, "What are you talking about?" You know, like, oh, she's joking around, this is great, you know. And, you know, she just had this look on her face like, "No, I'm not kidding." So, you know, we put the TV on, and we saw it before the second plane had even hit. It was just after the first plane had hit the building. And the reason why we probably saw it so soon is most likely because the teachers were in the teacher lounge watching the news and saw it happen live, you know. Like, just after it happened, they saw the news coverage of it. So, and you know, I remember looking at the television screen, watching the Twin Tower, you know, smoking, the first tower, and thinking to myself, you know, like, at first I'm thinking to myself, like, why are we stopped class for this? You know what I mean? Like, I never ever had the thought even enter my mind that, you know, that today, that day was going to be what it was and what was going to transpire. I just, you know, I thought it was like an accident, and, you know, they're going to put the fire out and go on with their day. You know, I'm like, why did we stop school for this? I mean, at the same time, I'm also like, you know, sweet, we don't have school, you know, at least while we're watching the news here. But, you know, like, I'm thinking to myself, like, why are all the teachers making such a big deal out of this, you know? A couple teachers were like real emotional about it because they had friends down there, you know. And I'm thinking to myself, like, you know, now remember, I'm a little kid, you know. I'm thinking, nah, it's fine. It's just, you know, plane crashed into it by accident, you know. And then we're watching the news, and we start discussing it, you know, and you know, could it have been an accident? Could it have been this? Blah blah blah. And then we see the other plane crash into the towers, and I don't think that I realized right away what that was, but looking back now, my teachers and a couple of my friends, they all knew that right then and there that showed them that this was not an accident of any sort, that this was a planned attack. You know, we were young kids, and even then we knew what that meant. So the rest of the day was really just a blur. I don't really remember exactly what happened after that. Now, I live in New York, so I'm pretty close as far as close to the city. I'm less than an hour from downtown Manhattan. Probably about a full hour down there, Manhattan. I've been down to the city many times. I was never in the World Trade Center, but I've seen them before. I've been down to Manhattan plenty of times. And it was almost surreal to watch and to see how that happened. So, you know, they say that this is similar to like when Kennedy was assassinated, but for our generation. Like, that's the big thing that happened in our generation. And I don't even know if you can even equate that to the same thing. I mean, yeah, president getting shot is terrible, but I'm pretty sure that the Twin Towers going down is a little bit of a bigger deal. No disrespect to the former president, but I just think that that affected much more people. But at the same time, it is true that I guarantee you everybody that's watching this can remember exactly where they were, exactly what they were doing. 100%. I guarantee you. There's no doubt in my mind that every single one of you knows where you were, what you were doing, what was happening, what was going on. So I just wanted to really talk about that today and at least spend some time on the 10-year anniversary thinking about that day and remembering it in the way that it deserves to be remembered. That, you know, a terrible day that we came out on top from. I think that we accomplished our mission, albeit maybe not the way everybody would have hoped for it to happen, but I think eventually in the end we did what we needed to do. And regardless of your views on that, I think we can all agree that for the most part, 10 years after the fact, if you look at it, the amount of support that people got from just anybody, anybody who was involved in the towers coming down, anybody who lost somebody, who just received immense amounts of support from just total strangers, just from people from all races and walks of life. Didn't matter what color you were that day, whether, brown, blue, white, black, doesn't matter. That day, everybody was just people, And I think that as gamers, I like to think that, we can have a conversation that maybe doesn't have to do with gaming all the time, So that's why I put this up today. I know this isn't the usual video for my channel, but I just wanted to really just talk about it. That's all. I think that it's 10 years after the fact, right? And I think that we have grown immensely since then. And I'm not talking about, security measures and all that, and we're more prepared. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about how we react to just everything. The way, it's almost like the filter has been lifted off your eyes. And I know for myself, after that day, I looked at people just differently. People that maybe when I was younger and I was more naive and didn't have as much of an opinion as my own, kind of just went with the flow of what everyone else was doing. You look at things differently now, and you treat people a little differently after you experience something like that, because you just realize that you can have your own plans, you can do your own thing, but really there's something else in charge there, something else going on that you never know what's going to happen. So if you guys have a minute, I'll just ask you, today sometime, give yourself 5 minutes and just think about what you guys were doing on that day, because I guarantee you already know what you were doing. So I do plan on having another video up later today. We'll do some more gameplay from Bad Company 2. We might do a We might do some gameplay for the M416, or we might start the engineer kit and before we finish up the assault kit. I'm not sure yet. But I'll see you guys later. I'll check in with you hopefully before the day is out with another video. You know, just wanted to put this out there in remembrance of September 11th. So, hope you guys are having a good day, and I'll check in with you later. See ya.